Ooh, hello, lovely people. Been a bit sick, so I haven't been doing much lately, except being sick. But we're going to try to figure this out today. And for that, my usually intro. Rock and roll pick toss. Alrighty. Let's just see. So I don't know what's in here. But I don't know anything about soldering irons either, about how they're made, except that this part gets hot. We've got alternating current, got an on-off switch. I don't know if there's something in here to convert alternating current to direct current. But let's just see if we can get some ohms through it. Not sure where to test yet, but since it's not turned on, it shouldn't really matter if I test the wrong place. Stop. It didn't go directly through, unless it's just not able to. So, let's open it up and see what we can see. Doesn't feel like there's anything under there. If you feel like a little hole underneath, then there might be a screw in it, but you'd think this would be a pretty simple device. Just fit. I don't feel good. I'm going to save some work where I can. What year this thing was made? Seems like I've had it since early 2000s. Probably 20 years. Bit of leftover solder. Well, that looks pretty simple. Got what have we got? Got some little thing there. Got a resistor or a diode, I don't know. I don't know the words. It's just wire nutted straight from our input power. There's our input. Right, I know on there to kind of not have to use my brain to keep track. Okay, we got one go straight to the iron and to this light. And the other one goes straight to the light. Wait, is that right? Or am I seeing here? Get this direction, make it a little easier to see what's going on here. Okay. So you can go straight to the iron and straight to the light. That's black. That's output. Input power goes straight from this nice thick thing to this little thin wire. Which then gets divided. Wait. This goes straight to our, I'm assuming this is our power in. Soon gets switched to either there or there. Well, and also goes straight to the light. How does that work? I guess the light must be on whether it's low or high. Oh, this isn't even connected. Oh. Ugh. So, G-check. Touch them together, gives us a 0 reading. I've never taken a class in electronics, which is probably very obvious, but I'm just figure things out and fix them sometimes. Okay, that still does not do anything. One of these two legs is a wide blade. That must be the wide blade.
Hello,
Jesus Christ! Hello, Norsab. Alright. Try to keep track of things as I go along here, so. Put a W on here. That is possibly the worst W I've ever drawn. Fine. That's better. I don't know if you can see it. W or N. Oh, that's right. You like electric circuit stage? Well, always liked stuff that like this, but never had a chance to take a course in it or really study it. Okay, also put a silver. Had some tips cleaner stuck on there. Oh well. If I get it fixed, I will stick it back on. And I'll put an N over here for narrow leg. Oh great, I put it on the wrong one. I think. I'll check it again. I only play with voltage under 13 volts. That is probably wise. This would be 120 volt if it was plugged in. We're not plugging it in yet. And occasionally fix wiring problems in my house. I don't think I've ever had a house that didn't have wiring problems. So everything I do as far as wiring goes in my house is always fixing wiring problems. House wiring, in theory, is really simple. I mean, it's supposed to keep the same things on the I don't remember what you call it now. Neutral? Okay, so I freaking mismarked this. That is not the wide side.
listen.
This light here is also one of the victims of the electric storm. I'll just leave that one off for a while. Okay, so this is the narrow one. This is the wide one. I need to look up which leg goes to what on when you take an old style plug that doesn't have a wide blade and a narrow blade, and you want to put a modern plug that has a wide blade on it. It's supposed to go in a certain way. So I have an old stereo I need to replace the wire on. Hey, hey. Oh, so my dog, Windows 10, the kadonk sound when you plug in USB or take it out or finds a new device would freak out my dog. So I replaced it with the Hey and Listen off of Zelda. Okay, so now that should not do anything really. Oh, well, when it's switched, it can go through. Why didn't that one work? Don't know. But if we go here, this is a narrow leg. It goes to there. Straight to the soldering iron. Yeah. Yeah, I've got one of these ring lights up there that plugs into the USB for power. But it started messing up ever since we had the electric storm. I really need to replace it, but money's been really tight lately. Okay, so can't get in there. I'm just gonna have to remove this one. Okay, so we have hot to here and to here. See. Take our black wire. Back to our wide leg. Yeah, I don't plan to do anything that's going to get me shocked, but about a little bit of help or insulation wouldn't hurt. Alright, we're on our wide leg, which is right here. Sends the power to here. And then it shouldn't be doing anything here or here until we hit this switch. One direction's 20 watts. Okay, so this is the 20. Which means this is the 40. Yeah, a lot of times the switches go the opposite way. Alright, so let's check the 40. Wrong way. Alright. And let's check the 20. Should also. The 20 giving power here. Not really sure. Not sure what this is doing. Since this leg is going to be full power, then that's probably meant to cut off half of it somehow. I don't know. But that's weird. Oh, I had it off. Okay. They're on that leg, but nothing on this leg. I don't know. I might not be able to generate enough current. But 40 watts should work even if this piece is burned out. So now, check this little lamp. I don't really want to undo that, but maybe one power and then double power switch. I'm thinking that's basically the thing, except I'm guessing it's probably easier to have a 40 watt gun and cut that in half than to have something 20 watt and then somehow double it. So I don't know what that thing is. There's some stuff written on it. Maybe we could actually look it up. Hard to see without ruining it. Can't find my phone. Where's my phone? I'll be right back. What in the world? Where's my phone? Phone! Well, I'll be back again. Found it. Found it. One. Okay. Oops. All right, let's see. Maybe I can. Damn thing. Come on, stay on for just a minute. It's got writing on the bottom of it where I can't see it. I don't want to dink around with it too much or it'll break off. So I got like N400 maybe? MIC? I'm not going to worry too much about that until get to the point where I find out if I need to know it. And I've got pictures anyway. Alright, so need to check the little lamp. Pretty sure the lamp works, but need to check it. Well, more than one way to check the lamp. Happen to have a rechargeable battery here. Well, not riding up with 1.5 volts. Maybe it's bad. This is what goes to our switch. This just goes between them. Okay. Well, even if the lamp is bad, it shouldn't prevent our thing from working. Let me take that back off. Alright. So, if I plug that in, if I plug that in, I should have power to the lamp. Lamp does seem to be dead. Let's put this on 200 and AC. Don't like doing this, but yeah, give me the probe. Okay, 120 volts to the middle. So we've got power going to the center leg of the switch. Shouldn't have any on either other leg. That's some kind of floating voltage. Zero. There's zero power. Alright. Now, we'll set it for 20. Okay, that gets 120 to this leg of the switch. Set it to 40. Gives us 121. to that leg of the switch. Yeah, so I don't know if it's still there or not, but I've got it on the 20 side. So it's got 120 reaching this leg of the switch. So it's come into the switch, gone to this leg, then it goes through that little, I don't know if it's a resistor or what, and goes to the bottom leg, and now it's 66 volts. So whatever that is cutting it from 120 down to 66, because all of our power goes out through that leg. Alright. And that should be, I think, the same over here. Where? Oh, here. Okay. And that gets to here. Alright. So now I need to unplug it. Switch it off. Good. Okay. It's a power diode. I don't know what a power diode is. I'll admit it. But in this case, apparently it cuts the power in half. Alright. So now we have to figure out what's going on at this end. Diode is a one-way valve. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's some of the electronic projects I'd like to do. I need power to go one way, but not the other, so I guess I'd need a diode. So now, how does this thing work? Well, that could be a problem. This is supposed to come off. Possible to make a DC voltage with a couple of diodes. Ah. Wall outlet is AC, alternating back and front, back again. And that's must be a rivet. Let's see. Grr, why'd they have to rivet it together? Well, so I'm not sure what to do at this point. It's just fitting that sleeve. little wire brush. Tried to fix a toaster for Mom years ago. We lived in a block apartment. I tested in the cellar. The fuse go out, so all the steps went out. Oh no. Did you ever fix the toaster? If I were to hazard a guess, maybe like power wire going to the tungsten might have busted, or tungsten might have broken. Well, you know, on every path to success is 1,000 failures, you know. Rarely know what you're doing the first time. See what RPM these are rated for. 4,500. This probably goes to 10,000, so what about there? Always use eyes protection. I don't know if this is going to help, but corrosion rarely helps, so let's take the junk off of it. Hmm. The wiring is probably happening there. I'm just gonna have to pop this open somehow. I think this thing's still plugged in. I better check. If this is on, yep, it's plugged in. Put this back before I forget about it. What? Alright, kill the power. I have the power. Okay. So here we go. Got a rivet. This is gonna be loud. Vacuuming up the metal. Vacuum getting pretty sad. What the heck, is this a coating? And I didn't want to tear the whole thing apart. Looks like it. This may be bonded together. Kind of looks like this is made not to come apart. Oh, it may not be able to come apart. Well, then I guess I just have to try to stick this back in. Maybe I should have looked up how soldering irons work. Let's see. I don't know if I ever checked the voltage or checked for continuity up through the soldering iron. Kind of hard, but you don't have anything to compare it to. So this one. This is an el-cheapo one. I know it works. Okay. So I should be getting some juice through here. And I am not. Something has gone wrong in the iron itself. I wonder if I have a 40-watt iron somewhere. I love such a journey Do I have to tear the whole thing apart? If I have any things for that. There's actually another Radio Shack iron. It's only a 30 watt. Huh, it doesn't have a single blade or wide blade. Okay, yeah. So now I wonder if I have any tips for that. It's got this rivet. Maybe if I drill that rivet a little more, the whole thing will come out. Might be worth a try. Make sure my power's off. A slightly larger bit. A dead fly in there. Ta-da! So, let's see if we're getting power from here. That gets to there. Get the other side. it gets to there. We've got power getting up to this point. There's that weirdness with the thing. Get out of there. I don't know why it doesn't want to come out. Oh no. Be afraid of killing it, but I think it's already dead. Does not want to come back out again. Why? Why doesn't it want to come out? Does not. Just slid out before. Took off the corrosion. You'd think it'd get easier to take it out. Appears like they're just wound together. Is it supposed to be wound together? Well, right now it ought to have fucking continuity. Excuse my French. Yeah, right now they're touching, but I don't think they're supposed to be. I think I accidentally wound it around too much. I would imagine. Yeah, there we go. I don't think these are supposed to. There we go. I don't think those are supposed to be wound around each other. I think one's supposed to go around these coils. The other's supposed to go up the middle. This is presumed supposed to be hooked against the cylinder. And the other one goes on the coil. Somehow that creates a lot of resistance, which creates a lot of heat. So now, is this one dead or not? Certainly abused with a very strong resistor. Okay, must be something broken in here. In the wiring, because wire power is not coming back. Now the question is, let me see what I've got as far as tips go. Oh, I wish I had a 40-watt iron. One thing about this was it was hard to get tips. It was like scientists. So, yeah, I think I'm going to be best off getting rid of this thing and swapping it out with another. Well, now I know more about soldering irons than I ever did. I don't know how that's supposed to keep from grounding out. I don't know. Oh shit. That was not very smart. Get back out. Forgot that the yellow piece needs to be on the bottom side. I don't think I have any real pliers up here. There we go. Didn't want to go back in either. Figure that out in a minute. Oh no, my little screwdriver's bent. There we go. Oh, it's got a slot there. Okay. Hello. Huh? Chili's done and in the fridge. Stuff in the car? Okay. Un momento. I can't get this back up where it's supposed to be, but I can shove that on. Trying to put it together enough to stick it in a box. Oh, there's a slot there. Maybe. It's made to go a particular direction, but I don't know what direction. We want to go past that point. Oh well. We're going to be taking that off anyway. I'll be back. Well, like this red one. Not likely to, not as likely to not notice it. How Soldering Iron is made. Man, so many versions. Oh, I bet. Here, little sucker. Alright. So now what I wonder is if one of these wires should go first. I mean, go to the, which one should go to which? Okay. So, no light. Reaching up here for imaginary light. So, we have wires like this. I don't know how well you can see it. But maybe you can see that this is smooth. And on the other side has some impregnated lines. It's not really showing up. Come on. Focus. Alright, let me try this. Background. Resize. Focus, damn it. Okay. See those rubber lines? The other side is smooth. So I'm going to try to use the same thing on here. So I don't really know. One of them goes to the coil and the other doesn't. So hopefully this means the same one will be going to the coil.
One quick question.
What's that?
Is Gypsy not here?
No, doesn't she get off? She gets off at 7.
Okay, your truck is here.
Oh yeah, that's because
Okay.
I used her truck to go to the doctor today. Huh. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Okay, I don't think I'm going to need this anymore because that was to wind up the cord. Who's on the cable? Would never guess. It may not matter which way the electricity flows, but if it does, it's probably the same on both of these. I'm sure that probably means something. Also has the printing on one wire but not on the other. Wonder if the other one's the same. This one has the printing on the other side. Oops. Hope that doesn't mean anything. Well, one thing I can do is I can see if there's a difference between one way or another. Of course, I don't know how I'd tell that on the other one since it's dead. which a little more. Thing's really nice when it works. Okay, so now I can see if .47. Yay, 484. If I reverse this, is it any different? No. I can't tell which wire goes which way. It's like they've got some kind of plastic rivet or plug there. Yeah, I don't think that's coming out easy. We'll just go from the same way. If it doesn't work, then we'll know. Okay. I've got the ribbed one is on red. Ribbed. Norway, and we have Viking land. Actually, I believe some of my ancestors were that way. Have Euro plug anyways works. Oh, I see. Okay, one goes to this wire. The ribbed and all three. Let me get a picture here before I take things apart. Always best to take pictures. These days they're free. No, there's actually 3 black wires there. Shit. Okay, I have another idea. What I wish I had was some little rubber bands. And I had that twist tie I pulled off. That sucker's still around here. Clip or clamp or some naughty old rivet. There's one. Oh, well, that wire needs to go out, so I can't leave it on that. Okay, well, both reds and both blacks go together. Both reds go together, both blacks go together. That should be easy enough to remember, right? Don't have to plan to put out electric fire. Well, I hope we don't have to deal with that. Alright. Oops. Looks like we got a thing here to help hold stuff in place. So whereabouts in Norway are you? Hope I took the right one off. Evil crappy iron. Stavanger. Is it pronounced Stavanger? I have no clue. Sorry if I butchered that. I'm in Winfield, Kansas. You're welcome to mispronounce it if you want. Revenge. Where is Stavanger, Norway? Woo! Oh, right there, eh? Denmark, United Kingdom. Looks like you're right on the coast. Pretty close to it. Nice. That's pretty awesome. Probably very much Viking land. Okay, so here we go. This sucker here. Same thing they did to keep the wire from backing out. Well, I can do that too, I guess. Alright, we'll just do that. Put that all back in a minute. Okay. We're going ribbed red, and all the blacks go together. Do the blacks first because they're kind of on the bottom. Probably gonna have to redo that. I don't know where I'll get another bulb. Maybe it'll magically work. Okay, rib grid. So this one. Nice and twisty. This black wire. Twist that puppy. That nice and twisted. Where's my little pliers? About as tight as I can get it. He's retwisted. think my copper wires are a little too long there. So I might ground out in the cap before it reaches the silver wires. That's the other one. It's the narrow blade. Pin that bad boy on there all the way. Some tension off of there. And do that sucker on there. Come on, go on there. Dun, 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 dun. You guys settle down and sit in one place. Gosh darn it. Dun, 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 dun. All right. Into the 90s, we have screw fuses where they popped. Had to screw in a new one. Some people cheated and used aluminum foil. Yeah, we stopped using those type long time ago. I'm not sure how long. Probably we went to breaker fuses. Probably, I would think at least in the 60s. But maybe it was newer than that. I don't know. I'm afraid I'm not very up on that. But usually if you have a screw-in fuses over here, it's a very old house. Alright, let's see. Well, guess I can touch my voltages. No power. Put this in the middle. Get this thing somewhere safe. Stick it in upside down, why not? Okay. Alright, we got power. Should have power in here now. But it should only be going to the switch. It shouldn't be going past that. So, put that there. Get this back on AC 200. It says I've got power there. Why the hell's I got power there? The hell? The fudge. This thing actually putting out heat? It says 82, 78.
I'll go pick Jess up.
Oh, okay, thanks. Power. I don't think we should have power here, but unless I go this way. What the hell's going on here? Well, I'm confused now. No, I don't smell anything yet. Yeah, it just says 75 degrees. 77. Well, let's kick it on to 20 and see what happens. Let me get this out of here before I short something out. Now we've got power there. Might as well put this back together. Put this back together more dorkily. I mentioned I'm sick today. I'm not feeling very well. Doing some things in a questionable manner. Maybe center point not common. Well, I thought that was where the power went through. Maybe it's different now that there's not a dead iron on there. Yeah, I think the power went in the middle and then come out the sides, depending on which direction you turned it. Or flipped it, rather. Didn't seem to be heating up, or I would be less careless. I promise. Okay. Oh, our light is lighting. Let's get our temperature sensor. 79, 80, 85. Not sure 20 watts is very impressive. Doesn't seem to be heating up at all. Try full power. I can feel heat now. Maybe it's not able to get a reading off of that. Smell it. It's still saying 80. If I like look at my skin, oh yeah, 89, 91, no problem. This, no, that's cold. I can feel some heat off of it. Feel heat radiating off of there. Oh, now it says it's raised 2 degrees. Let's let that warm up a minute. The tip cleaned up nicely. It's hot, or that wouldn't have done anything. So, try this again. What the hell? It said 114 for a second, and now it says 118. Is it not aiming right? $93, $97. Oh, 124.40. Guess it just wasn't getting the right sample. 160. It's at 175. 180. Trying to get a hot spot. It is not good at measuring this. Well, we can see what happens with some bearing solder. No problemo. Check cord for heat. Cord's fine. Iron's fine. It's a little hot right there. But light works. Soldering iron works. Call that a success. Mm. Oh. Some solder there. Ow! God damn. Ow! Ow! Stabbed holes in my thumb. Yeah, thanks for hanging out. It's always nice when a project works out okay. And now I'll be able to use this on some other projects. I do a lot of work on guitars. And I'll show you. Here's one of my pizza box game controllers. It's a USB controller made out of a pizza box with some vinyl glued onto it. Probably be doing some more like that in the future. Not much soldering on that. Mostly wires. I mean, connectors. Anyway, genius piece of game control. Well, I got the ordered the buttons and wiring stuff and all that, but then I needed a way to test layouts and stuff, and I'm like, I'll use cardboard. I had some pizza boxes that they came with some pasta inside a tin inside, so they were clean. There wasn't like pizza grease on them or anything. And so they were my first controllers. I haven't been doing too many projects lately because I've been sick for a couple weeks. But maybe have some other things to do. Made a Commodore 64 joystick with a paper clip and pin nails. Awesome. This reminded me of my, from the Commodore 64 days and Atari days, there's my Wicco stick. Have a converter because I like really like old Atari and Commodore and games from that era, because that's when I was born in '73. And that's what I grew up with. That's awesome. Do you have any like pictures of that or anything? Ah, you're a youngin'. That's awesome. Oh, you were born just a year after. Oh well, I guess in Norway you wouldn't have had the '76 stuff. Joystick is long gone. Oh, that's too bad. You still got the Commodore 64? Oh, you had PAL versions? Those would probably do 50 hertz video or something? I regret letting my 64 go. I took it apart because I was curious. But it was kind of quite a ways past its prime. Let's make sure this has... Yeah, it's working on YouTube as well. Darn. Yeah, I'm getting ready to play my outro music. Alright. Well, if you ever get any more projects like that, send me a message. Let me know. I'd love to see them. So now we're going to play our outro, and that'll be it for now. Nah. My fingers are kind of sticking together. I got some stuff up there. That's my excuse. Yeah. See you later, alligator. Rock and roll pick toss. Catch you next time. Thanks again for coming by.